My next piece of advice is figure out what you want to do on Ravelry. What is the purpose of you being there? Is this a place where you want to buy your patterns from and store it in a library so that they're there forever? I love that feature. I've just pulled out patterns that I bought 10 years ago and I've gone and had a look at it again, and I've seen the designer has made some updates and published an errata. That's fabulous. As a maker, I want that because I've lost my crappy printout that's in some envelope in my studio. I want to be able to access it again. So number one, it's amazing for its library. So I'm going to show you a few little things on there, okay? One of my favourite features, which is that pattern page, okay? Now, when I'm searching for a pattern, I don't search on this page, okay? I go to the advanced search. And can you see down here, I've got a little bold thing on crochet. That means that I'm interested in crochet. I'm going to tick knit and crochet, okay, so that we see all of them. I'm going to go into the advanced search. This is my favourite way of searching for patterns. Is there anybody here who's not seen this before? Okay, so this page works like a list of filters, okay? So say you've just gone to the yarn show and you've bought 4 skeins of 8-ply and you want to knit a jumper, okay? I can see a few heads going, oh yeah, that's me. Hey, guess what? I've done the same thing. You should see how much yarn I've bought this morning. Okay, so what we do is we start to narrow our search down without putting in keywords, okay? We want to narrow it down into a set of fields that we're interested in. Okay, I want a clothing and I want, let's see, a sweater. I want a pullover. Okay, we've got 127,000 options. Okay, yeah, that's a lot. All right, look, I'm going to make this about me. I want a crochet one, okay? I can't knit, sorry. Just crochet for me. I'm going to tick this, okay? So what that instantly does is that takes away all the knitting patterns. I'm left with 10,000, okay? So there's more knitting on Ravelry than there is crochet. Oh, but I really like Tunisian crochet. So I'm going to keep scrolling down a little bit more and I'm going to look at the attributes. Crochet techniques. Tunisian. Okay, 198 options. Actually, I bought 4-ply, not 8-ply. Fingering. I know it's gross, isn't it? I wish it said 4-ply. Guess how many we've got? 40. Would you like to guess how many of them are mine? And, oh look! Okay, and I've got some discount cards if anyone would like some discounts. They're available on Ravelry this week. Okay, so I've got 3 on the top row. I'm very proud of that. Now, here's my number 1 pattern, hottest seller, diamonds not pearls. I'm going to use this as an example because it has lots of commentary on it. Okay, now I've had this on Rav for a number of years. This is my COVID project. By the way, I'm making this up. I had no intention of showing you any of this stuff. It's just happening. So this is my pattern page as the designer, okay? And I'm logged in as me, so I can sit here and edit it if I want. So see, I've got that little pencil up there. It's yellow. That means I'm allowed to edit it. But if you logged in as you, that will be grey. You can't edit it, okay? So this is my pattern page. You know, we've got all the information on here. If a designer's done their job, all the stats for that jumper, for example, will be there. Okay. Now see all these little blue blobs in here. These are attributes. Okay. So remember on that searching filter that I had there. A knitting pattern is probably a better example because there's 100,000 of them, right? So I want a knitting pattern that has all over cables on it, for instance, okay? You can search by that in there. Or I want a pattern that uses 3 skeins of yarn and not 4. You can limit it by that, okay? And you get a better result that way without putting in a typed attribute search, Okay, so all of these little blobs on there, because I've entered that into my pattern page, if you happen to search for a Tunisian crochet jumper for a child, for example, you're going to get this pattern coming up, okay? So it's down to the designer knowing what they're doing in RAV. So if you're a designer who doesn't know how to do that, come and see me, okay? Or send me an email, I'll help you. Now, we've got all of the information about the pattern, we've got some pretty pictures, okay? Now, here's where we come in from the maker's perspective. This is why I'm showing you this one, because I've got 96 projects on it. Yeah, this is my best-selling pattern. I think I sold 5 copies just yesterday, which was lovely. Okay, so this is one of my favourite things about Ravelry, and this is what I talk to my mum about when she's hunting for her next knitting pattern, for example. She gets frustrated with some designers that don't put enough information in the pattern, or there's mistakes in the pattern, and she wants to know about how other people went with it when they made it, okay? This is where to go.